you want to attend the next ARG regional event? Make sure you pre-register online at dragonballsuper-regionals.com. The next event is scheduled for the weekend of February 24th and 25th in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. Can't do a regional event? Don't forget about the ARG State Championships in your area. Visit argcircuitseries.com for a list of locations by state where you can battle for the title of champion on February 17th or 18th. Participants will be playing for 7 exclusive top 8 cloth playmats, 1 exclusive champion cloth playmat, 1 round bye to ARG Circuit Summer Invitational, and much more. If you want to really test your skills, head to Pro Play Games in Miami, Florida, home to 3 regional champions and an additional prizing of up to $1,000. Or find your way to the Comic Vault in Altoona, Pennsylvania to face off against KitchenTableMeta pro players. If you can't make it to one of these events, don't forget to visit argcircuitseries.com to find a list of stores holding ARG state championships near you.
All right, guys, welcome back to round 5 of ARG Presents regional event at Indianapolis here. Sorry about that, guys. So here's the deal. We have Scotch TY on the left, playing blue-green Soul Striker Goku versus Anthony Hernandez on the right, playing Vegeta blue. 2 fantastic players. These players have been fighting with each other, friendly, of course, just, that friendly banter. Talking about which one's the best on Facebook, on the forums, on Twitch. They've just been always been challenging each other. Now, what happened was this was a match that was chosen for a deck check, and unfortunately, Anthony's deck was flagged as essentially improper due to the set number being written incorrectly, and unfortunately his actual name of the card was, he shortcutted the card. So I think it was Time Patrol Trunks, and he put something else on there. He put like TP Trunks or something like that. And the set number was incorrect, and so because of that, they had to give Anthony a game loss. Unfortunately, obviously, neither player wants to win or lose that way, so that's unfortunate. But we're getting this first game started off 1-0 to Scotch's favor, and these players are getting out of the gate very quickly. They haven't been given a time extension, and they're ready to go for their match. Super excited to see how this goes. I think this is going to be one of the best games of the entire event. Now, the cool thing about this event, or about this this match here, is Anthony's take on this Vegeta blue deck is unbelievable. It's really, really cool. We've already seen a Gowasu come down, a Boo come down. He's just getting a lot of those value cards, and Gowasu is very good in this matchup. It can search a lot of cards that that Anthony wants to play. It can get the Piccolos, which are fantastic. It can get any of the Whis cards he might run. Any Piccolo at all in the deck it can get. It can also get the Champa cards because the Champa cards are gods as well. Now I want to pull Gowasu up here so we can look at the card. Kind of talk a little bit about why I think it's actually a extremely smart choice for Anthony to be running here. So we're going to pop this card up here. This is a 1-cost, 1 blue, Universe 10 Supreme Kai Gowasu, 5,000. When you play this card, look it up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 god among them. Add to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Now, the great thing about this card is it isn't color restrictive. So it doesn't say get 1 blue god, or get 1 red god. It's get 1 god. And again, the Vegeta blue deck is running a lot of god cards in order to take advantage of this card. It's absolutely fantastic ad. I think it's something that's really cool. All right, so we're going to adjust the lives here, guys. Sorry, I've been talking too much. Get Anthony down here to 5 life. Scotch, get him situated here as well. April, could you check to see how much life Scotch is at for me, please? Thank you very much. I got talking. I wasn't paying attention. All right, we got Scotch at 6 life. Now that we're caught up, we can easily keep track of this now. 6-5 in Scotch's favor. Anthony Hernandez, fantastic player. I always joke with him. No matter what event he's at, I always find him at table 1. So, fantastic player, there's no doubt in my mind. Scotch doing a fantastic job in this event as well, going 4-0. 2 great players of the community. I mean, they both are content creators. Scotch is a Twitch streamer on his Twitch channel, and Anthony is a YouTube content creator and goes to a lot of events. So, it's really cool to see these 2 friends, playing, kind of joking around with each other. It's great to see. All right, Anthony going to 4 life here. Actually, I'm sorry, 3 life. $3-6. Anthony with so many cards in hand, playing that other Gowasu, see what he gets off the top. Remember, he can get Champas, he can get Piccolos, so many targets in this deck. Gets another Gowasu, the Miracle. So he's going to go Gowasu into Gowasu here. He has the ability to. Now, whether he does or not, I don't know, but... The deck runs so many searches for both the Double Strike card, which is a Gowasu can get the Double Strike card, and so can the Champa. So there's a 1-cost red Champa. Look at the top 7, choose a Champa. You want that Furthering Destruction. Champa is the card that you're looking for. And there it is. He got it. There it is. That's what he needed. See what Anthony decides to do here. And if he does use it, he does have to tap out. Now, it's possible he has a Trunks in hand, so he can use that Trunks to ready an energy. And that way he's not, tapped out going into Scotch's next turn. Now, again, Scotch is at 2 energy. You can't expect a lot from Scotch's deck off 2 energy or even off of 3 energy. I don't think he's going to play anything that's really going to be that devastating. Now, what Anthony has to be careful about here is Gohans, because Gohans can pressure Scotch quite a bit. I'm sorry, Scotch's Gohans can pressure Anthony quite a bit. So here we go, 15,000 critical into 10,000 Goku. Going to use that energy, untap, go to 20,000. And use the Double Strike, what we just talked about. So that's 30,000 critical into Scotch's 10,000. Scotch just has to take it, go to 4. This will awaken Scotch, which is pretty scary. But one of the great things about Soul Striker Goku in the Vegeta matchup is most of the time you hate to awaken Goku. Because you turn on his plus 5,000 power, it can be he can take over the game extremely quickly. Now, however, in this matchup, Vegeta does it so quickly that he does actually need 5 energy in order to get that plus 5,000. So, and here's the critical attacker for free. 20,000 critical attacker. Told you guys this card was good. Everyone laughed at me. We're seeing it make a tremendous display here at Indianapolis here. Actually, all the Overwhelm cards has been absolutely fantastic. All right, so we have 20,000 coming in. Scotch, take a look at the card. Just wants to make sure he has a card right. We'll actually pull the card up for you guys as well after this combat step here. Don't want to miss anything cool happening. Okay. So Scotch is going to counter that card. That's fine. It goes away. Card for card. Again, this card is Mirror from the Darkness. 4 black. So 4 of any color energy that you want to use. And it says, auto, when you play this card using Overwhelm, it gains critical for the duration of the turn, 20,000 attacker. Absolutely devastating card in these Vegeta matchups. Again, Vegeta is a very strong card, a very, very strong deck, a very aggressive deck. And they like to put a lot of cards in the drop area in order to combo and get value out of their cards. And so it's very easy for them to play these 20,000 critical attacker. And it's pretty hard for Goku to really deal with it. Scotch doing a good job here, though. Building the board up. Has plenty of little guys in order to try to stop this. Scotch playing the Bulma engine. Again, not a huge fan of Bulma in this deck. I think it's okay. But I like to have more kill spells in my deck in order to be able to do better in the mirror. So I don't like the Bulma engine. However, I do like Light of Hope's Trunk. So I think Scotch said he runs maybe 1 or 2 in the deck. I love that card in the mirror match. It turns your leader into a 25,000 attacker, which can pressure Gotings. It's just a very good include. I don't like the green Triple Strike Goku Trunks. I don't think it's quite good enough, especially because in this matchup, you might look at it and say, whoa, Anthony's at 3 life. This Trunks can put a lot of pressure on him. Unfortunately, he has so many little guys out that turn into blockers when it attacks. It's really hard to get through. But the thing is, if you play him in conjunction with Mass Saiyan, you can actually clear the board with all the little guys and then attack him with Triple Strike Trunks. It could be a way that Scotch can maybe steal this game away from Anthony. Scotch taking his time. Deciding if he wants the pressure with this Trunks or not. I think if I'm Scotch, I want to try to find a way to add as many cards to my drop area as I can to turn on this Mass Saiyan play. It can be very devastating, though. Anthony with tons of cards in hand, though. Scotch having access to a pretty defensive hand, though. Senzu Beans plus Gohans. Scotch is going to decide to attack here, and it's going to get Gohans, which is very unfortunate. Again, the problem with attacking Vegeta is when you turn on their Gohans, you're essentially giving them more threats, which can be really hard to deal with. So, you know, dealing with Vegeta just in himself is difficult. But dealing with Vegeta that has free Gohans out in the field can be almost impossible. But what I like here is Scotch attacked first and make sure that he has a way to, you know, pressure the Gohan, which he's going to use. Okay. Hang on for a second. No, actually, I think that is just his discard. Okay, never mind. I thought Scotch put that in his discard, but it's actually his warp. This match already has spectators. It has about 6 or 7 spectators watching the match. This is a very intense game. Unfortunately, it's Anthony started off with a game loss. However, I think these players are going to put on a great show for us. 2 fantastic players. Except Scotch. Of course, I'm joking. All right, there's Boo coming out, drawing a card. Again, look at Anthony's board. He has so much value on board. You'd have to believe that Scotch is though with a Kel in hand, a lot of value off this Kel. He can get a Gohan and 2 small guys. He can clear all the small guys. Just a lot of value. See if Anthony chooses to take a card here. Anthony taking a card, going to 2. Again, Scotch is at 3 energy right now, so Anthony not really worried about any double strikers or anything like that. But again, a well-timed Mass Saiyan can really put a hurting on Anthony here. It really caused Anthony to have to use a lot of cards out of his hand, though I think with all the cards in his hand, all the cards on the field, it's probably unlikely that Scotch is going to be able to, you know, steal a game away or do a bunch of damage out of nowhere. But see what happens. No negate from Scotch. This is a Piccolo coming down. It's a 25,000 critical attacker. This is 25 to 15. The good thing about going to 25, like we talk about quite a bit, is you're 25 and it forces. Oh, there's a double strike, guys. Okay, so that we're at 35. Okay, double strike. Critical. Ooh, not sure if that's the energy he wants to tap, though. There's a Trunks to ready the energy as well. Back up to 2. It's a 40,000 double strike critical. Anthony going up to 45. So 20, 30, 45. If I'm Scotch, you have to combo through this because what this is showing to me as a player is that my opponent is trying to feed up the board so he can play either Mass Saiyan after this or play out Mira and give it double strike. So my guess is Mass Saiyan. And so if I was Scotch, I would use as many of my field as my cards on the battle area as I could to stop this attack. That way, if Anthony does play Mass Saiyan, he doesn't get any value off of it. Scotch is going to pay 1. Looks like he's going to play Gohan. So his Anthony is at 20, 35, 40, 50, 55. So Scotch is now at 20, 30, 40. 50. Draws another Piccolo off the Piccolo. That's huge.
And you still want to be in the tournament, come on up. We have all drops. We have drops for table 30, 31, and 32.
So we have 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, which is enough to get over. A good block by Scotch. He needed to do that. It was a good game awareness to realize that he shouldn't take that damage. Nick Brady, one of the KitchenTableMeta pro team players, a fantastic blue-red Vegeta player, actually went undefeated in Hartford, one of the first players to play the deck. Always told me, he said, Dusty, here's the deal. If you see a Vegeta player combo a whole ton, you have to stop that first one because he's going to do more than that on the second one. So it's actually a good rule of thumb. If you can't beat the first one, you're probably dead because he's going to combo more. So here's that mirror we talked about. We knew that was coming. Anxious to see if Anthony actually has a second Champa, though. See what Anthony decides to do here. It's 20,000 critical. Ooh, Anthony going for that Gohan. You hate to see that. You know, if Anthony is going, if Anthony's going towards Gohan, I actually think Scotch made a misplay there. I think you just let the Gohan die. I think in the grand scheme of things, you're not worried. I mean, trading a Gohan for a Mira is, I think, a fair trade. I don't think I'll care let that trade, or just use the Boos and Gokus. I mean, I just feel like Scotch is in a weird situation by protecting the Gohan. To me, the Piccolo is more valuable than the Gohan. My guess is Scotch is maybe trying to go for the game next turn. Pass his turn. Anthony with 2 energy untapped in active mode. Scotch with only 3 cards in hand, though. Scotch tapping out for a Kel. Good play. He's going to be able to draw a card off of this attack, and then he'll be able to untap 2 blue off of the Goku attack. So 25. Again, we talked about that. 25 is the perfect number. I call it the magic number because that makes your opponent have to use a Piccolo in a card. They can't just use a Piccolo, which is what you want to do. All right, there we go. Anthony be able to survive that attack. It's probably okay for Scotch to play a couple more cards off that Kel attack. But he wants to play it safe. Draws another card, gets another Gohan. Scotch with not very good cards in hand for this matchup. The 2 Draco, though, are going to prove to be invaluable.
Card by players Jesse Stannon and Joshua Greenlee to the stage.
So we have 20,000 going into 15,000. Actually, it's 20,000. I believe Anthony actually uses Sensu Bean. So. Oh, gets a Piccolo and a Jocko. Interesting. Scotch immediately put that Piccolo in his hand and Scotch and the Jocko on top. Scotch knowing how important both those cards are in this matchup. Scotch drawing very well in this matchup and doing definitely controlling the tempo here. Scotch decided the combo to go up to 20,000. Now this looks like it's 20,000. I think into Vegeta here, but we'll see. He decided what he wants to do. He doesn't want to take this hit. It's really scary to go down to 2 life. I'm sorry, go down to 1 life against this board. Scotch has the ability to attack it with the Goku and dump his hand, plus the Boos. If he has a Sensu Bean, I mean, Anthony's definitely taking some time trying to figure out what he wants to do here. But if Anthony dumps too many cards to survive, then it's gonna cripple him on the next turn to be able to maybe take this game away from Scotch. Remember, Anthony is already down 1 game due to a game loss, so Anthony has to win this game in order to move on to game 3. Okay. So Anthony using the combo to go to 25. Remember, he did use the Sensu Bean, so 20 to 25. And Scotch is attacking again. And is going to use a Goku, putting pressure on Anthony, making him use cards. So what you have to do against Vegeta, you have to make them combo on your turn. That way you have the ability, you take away some of the pressure from you. So honestly, being aggressive against Vegeta kind of turns into a good defense. You put pressure to relieve pressure. See what Anthony decides to do. I just can't think he can afford to take this damage. If he takes the damage and he can't use Vegeta's ability, he's going to take it. Could have won. And Scotch is passing. Scotch with a very aggressive hand. Maybe could have ended the game with a boo there. Again, I think it was a little bit of a misplay there. Scotch ended up playing... Scotch ended up using the Goku to boost. He should have used one of the boos to boost. Your Gokus are more powerful on offensive. It's also more powerful against Mass Saiyan. If you play against Mass Saiyan, if Anthony plays Mass Saiyan this turn, for example, he can only get 2 cards. He can get, if you use a boo, he can only get 2 cards. So he has a 3 and a 1 or a 3 and a 2. So he can't get like 3 cards off of you like he can right now. So a little bit of a misplay there by Scotch. Really should have comboed with the boo instead. And also, like I said, it opens him up to aggression here. He could maybe attack with the Goku and then all end off of the Goku if he wanted to. Anthony taking his time, trying to figure out what he wants to do. He can't take this last life. Trying to add up. Again, Vegeta, very skill-intensive deck to play, especially in these turns right here where every card counts. Though Scotch does have 2 Jocos in hand. It's going to make it very difficult for Anthony to eat through 4 life. If you're Anthony, you have to find a way to clear out some of these threats if you don't think you can win. If you don't think you can win this turn, your choices are win this turn or control this board. That's your only 2 options. Anthony taking time. Deciding to play a Trunks' energy. Interesting. Going up to 5 energy. Anthony seems to have 3 cards in drop, which is important. Seems like Scotch is safe from maybe a Mass Saiyan this turn. Here comes Beerus. Nice. Going to kill Kel. That's a good hit. That keeps Scotch's hand low and relieves a 20,000 critical pressure. Scotch taking a check at the energy, see what's active and what's rested, what's active. Look at Scotch's hand, though. Scotch has a way to survive this 20,000 Beerus attacker, but Anthony needs to find a way to put pressure on him without using too many cards in hand. Scotch's hand of double Gohan Trunks. Nice. Those are 2 cards we can't see. It's off camera. One in bottom, one in hand. We don't know which card he got off the top, but if he did happen... If he did happen to get a double strike card, it's possible, guys, that he could put some pressure, enough pressure on Scotch to maybe win this game out. It's going to be close. With only 1 energy open, it's going to be close. We've also seen 2 of the 4 Trunks being used. 1 is energy, 2 is actually being played out. So Anthony only really has 1 more Trunks, but probably has multiple Senzu Beans. I think we've only seen 2 Senzu Beans this game. Anthony doing some math. Call that table math, where you tap it out. Okay, attacks for 15k. Couldn't see the target. Not sure exactly where that target's at. Though I feel like it's probably going to be a Goku. I feel like Anthony knows he can't survive the previous turn. Scotch is going to take it, go to 3. Scotch snap took that too. So it's 3-1. Anthony, got one of the 4 life down he needed to get. He just needs to find a way to solve this puzzle and get him down to 2, and then after that he can maybe try to go all in on the Beerus. It's going to be interesting because, you can't use too many cards, or the Beerus isn't going to get through. Now, Scotch with no negates in hand, so this Beerus attack is possible. All right. Anthony attacking with Time Patrol Trunks, 15k into 15k. Scotch is going to use a boo. Snap use a boo off the top there. In order to stop that. Anthony deciding to use no combos there. Scotch with a Piccolo into Jocko's. I just can't quite see. Actually, just like a Piccolo in a Jocko. Anthony's going to have to find a way to sneak out one more damage, and then he can try to all in on this Beerus. Again, cannot see Anthony's hand. Anthony choosing to attack with Beerus first. Interesting. Looks like Scotch decides to snap take that, go to 1. Very interesting here, guys. I don't understand that play by Scotch. I mean, I know Scotch's hand's very defensive. There's Piccolo coming down. 25k. Sensu Bean. 30k. 40. 50. 60. So 15, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60k. Can Scotch beat it? Looks pretty likely. So Sensu Bean go to 20. Jocko go to 25. So it's now 50 to 25. 25, 35. Gets another Jocko off the draw, guys. Gets another Jocko off the draw. Now it goes down to 40k. So it's 15, 20, 30, 40. He just needs 5 more. You can just use the boo. This is 15, 20, 30, 40. So you can just use the boo here and go up to 45 and beat this attack. But again, we don't know. And there's the handshake. Unfortunately, Anthony not able to win out after that game loss against Scotch. Scotch, that second Jocko being very important, but I honestly think that Scotch probably survives that combo without the Jocko. It looks like he still had enough cards in hand to be able to survive that. He had another Sensu Bean and a 10,000 cost, which would have been able to get him there. Very unfortunate for Anthony for that game loss, but a very fun game to watch. His deck is very good. I'm guessing we're going to see him going into top 32, if I had to guess. Fantastic player. And congratulations to Scotch for his win. And very, very excited. All right, guys, I'm going to pop you guys over to the caster desk here. Thank you guys so much for watching, guys. Again, that was round 5. I know that this overlay has said round 1 every round. That's my fault. I actually just noticed that. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a good time so far with the games. It's been really fun. Again, that was Scotch TY, a Twitch streamer, versus Anthony Hernandez, a YouTube makes great YouTube channel. It's All About You. So you can check out Anthony Hernandez at All About You, and you can also check out Scotch TY on Twitch. That's Scotch TY. So guys, thank you so much again for watching. We're going to get in round 6 here pretty soon. See if we can find something spicy for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, guys, don't forget, check out ARG. Go to ARG, Ultra Reality Games. And there you can apply for, you can see what stores near you have their ARG States Championships. Fantastic event, guys. Go check that out, please. If you guys can't make it to a state championship or want to do both, make sure you guys can come to North Carolina ARG Regional. It's the last regional event on the East Coast. We'd love to have you. Love to see you. Be really excited to talk to you guys. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.